Hello, beautiful beings of the universe. I'm so glad you're here and I hope you are well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just thought I would give you a little life update, kind of a summary of my week, things that I've been experiencing this past week. And as well, I'm going to be answering a question that a viewer sent to me. So this past week was very emotionally intense, very emotional and very vulnerable for me. There are kind of three main things that happened this week that led to me going into a brief period of deep rest and reflection. And so that's what I will be discussing in this video. I would like to open up more to you all and just talk about the things that are going on in my daily personal life. I'm going to put a content warning just in general on this video. We're going to be discussing mental health, depression, negativity, and as well I'm going to put a content warning on the first story, the first event. It does involve an animal that I rescued, so I won't go into too many gory details, but if you don't want any of those details, you can skip ahead to this time and then that'll skip over the animal story that I'm going to tell. So this past Tuesday I was walking around my neighborhood and I was walking on a path that is by a creek, and I found an injured duck right on the pathway. I didn't know she was injured at first, but the closer I got, I realized that she wasn't trying to run or fly away from me. And then I noticed that her jaw was injured, and I actually got about 3 feet away from her and she didn't move at all. So I initiated a rescue. I called my sibling and they eventually came with a pet carrier and some towels, and so we rescued this duck and brought her to a bird center where she will receive the proper care. She is receiving the proper care. But that was a really emotional experience for me. That was my first rescue where I was like hands-on involved that I can clearly remember. Quite a few years ago, my mom and my siblings and I, we rescued a few kittens, but I was pretty young and wasn't super involved in that rescue. But yeah, just the fact that I was walking alone and I found her while I was alone and she was alone, yeah, I kind of realized after this day that I don't cry very much, and so it was kind of like not shocking when I did cry, but I was like, oh wow, I haven't cried in a while and it feels good to release this emotion. What really made me cry was, so I had walked quite up close to her and she didn't mind at all, and then I moved about 25 feet away to give her some space while I was on the phone with my sibling and with the rescue center. And the duck, she was sleeping and she woke up and she looked for me because she realized that I wasn't right next to her, and when she spotted me, she stood up and waddled herself right over to me. And in that moment I felt such a strong connection to her, such a strong bond, that I started bawling my eyes out, and I just told her, like, you're safe with me, I'm gonna protect you, I'm gonna help you, I'm not here to hurt you, we're gonna get you the help and the care that you need, I love you, you are so loved. I just kept talking to her and she seemed so comfortable with me. We really did bond in that moment, and it was super emotional and super just special. Yeah, just that the fact that she knew that I was there to help her and that she felt safe with me and that she could trust me was amazing. And I'm really proud of myself because when my sibling came with towels, I I gently placed a towel over Ducky and placed her in the cat carrier, and so I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I thought for a second that I was going to chicken out and have my sibling pick up the duck and put her in the carrier, but no, I did it. And yeah, we ended up just taking her a short drive to a bird rescue center. yeah, so that was really, really emotional, but a very powerful and meaningful experience. And then the next day, the next morning, I had a therapy session. And I've only had a few sessions with this therapist, and so this was the first session that got very vulnerable and very emotionally intense. And to be honest, it completely wiped me out. Like, the kind of therapy that we're doing is very like emotionally involved and intense. And so I was totally drained after that session. I had to have a nap. I kind of just took it easy for the rest of the day. And so I had two very emotionally intense events happen in 2 days in which I cried, and I was sort of realizing like, wow, I do really need to take the time to process this. And I did. I've been writing in my journal and really just taking it slow. But yeah, throughout the week I could kind of feel my mood start to lower a little bit. My motivation was going down, my energy was going down. I wasn't doing as much during the week, which is okay. You know, your body and your brain and your soul, they know when you need to slow down and take it easy and relax and process. But I could feel that happening. And so that was Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday this past week, all I did on Thursday was sit on the couch and talk with my roommates for hours. We talked for, oh gosh, like 7 hours or something like that. It started at like 11 in the morning just with one roommate, and then slowly another roommate joined in, and then another roommate. So it was just the whole house just talking for hours. And so that felt really good to connect with my roommates in that way. I loved them a lot, and we had some really interesting and important discussions. We were talking about everything from history to politics to war to social justice to what's happening in our country right now. Yeah, just so many issues. And so I had a really good conversation with them, but it was very emotionally draining. And I have this thing where if I spend too much time relaxing or sitting down or talking, I feel like I've wasted time or wasted the day, and that I should have been doing all of these other things. It's a whole perfectionist productivity thing. But sometimes you just need a day where you just sit around and talk with your loved ones and you don't do much else. And that's totally fine. And so yes, a very emotionally intense week, which all led up to me entering a bit of a depression yesterday. So far it's only lasted 1 day. It was only yesterday. What I think happened was throughout this week I was still trying to push through. I was still trying to be as productive as I'm used to being, still trying to do things. And so I've just been neglecting myself and my needs a little bit this week, I think. And also I've been staying up late, sleeping in, my sleep schedule is off, feeling more and more tired every day. And so yesterday, which was Sunday, I think my brain and my body and my soul were just like, okay, Lena, like it's time to stop and it's time to rest. So I didn't sleep very well Saturday night, so Sunday I was completely exhausted. I ended up napping again on and off for a few hours. And yeah, yesterday, I didn't do much of anything at all. It was a lot of laying in bed and scrolling. I did get out of bed towards the end of the evening with help and motivation from one of my roommates. You know who you are. Thank you. I love you. And so I did go for a walk and I did write in my journal. Both of those things helped me feel better. But yeah, I really just think I needed the time and the space to just sit and do nothing and to really process this week, because it's been a bit of a heavy week, and some things happened that I'm not used to happening. What? You know what I mean. Yeah, but I took today to kind of do an energetic reset. That's what I wrote in my journal. And so I did things, productive things as well as fun things, to kind of get me back on track and feeling better. And it's worked. I'm feeling better today. So I guess the point of this video is to just share with you what my week looks like, and also to send the message that It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry when emotional and intense things occur in your life. And sometimes it is good and sometimes it is necessary to slow down and stop and rest and just reflect on your life, analyze, journal, figure out how you feel and what your next step should be. And then a viewer commented on one of my recent videos. They commented, is there anything that you are specifically trying to work on / learn / etc. in your spiritual life right now? Are you letting things unfold at the moment? Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. And so things I'm trying to work on and learn in my spiritual life. I'd say right now what I'm trying to work on is really developing my connection with Source, my guides, my ancestors, and my higher self in terms of receiving messages and having clear communication. I am just working on being open and ready to receive messages. And so yeah, I work on that through tarot, I work on that through meditation, I work on that through just using my intuition. And lately what I've been doing is talking out loud to my surroundings and to my guides and to the universe. I do this pretty much every time I'm on a walk alone. I just talk to the universe and I tell them what's on my mind. It's like prayer in a way. And I know that my guides in the universe kind of already know what's going on in my head and in my life. They know everything about me. But there's something about saying it out loud and putting that intention outwards. It's been really powerful for me. So yeah, and I found that through talking that it's been much easier to receive messages. So I'll be on a walk and I will just be like, oh, I don't know what to do about this aspect of my life. And then without even having to listen very hard, I get an answer. Last night when I was on a walk alone at night, the communication was so clear. I could hear the exact sentences they were saying to me. It was just like a conversation with a friend. And so that has been wonderful because I've been getting so much guidance from Source. So yes, something that I'm trying to work on is my connection with Source and working on my intuitive / psychic gifts in a way. I'm still trying to figure out what they are, but yes, receiving messages is what I'm trying to work on. Something I'm trying to learn in my spiritual life, something I would like to learn is energy healing. It's not something that I'm actively learning right now, but it is something that I would like to learn in the future. I would love to do a Reiki session with someone. It's something I've never done before, but definitely something that I'm interested in. I love the concept of healing with energy, and I am starting to wonder if I am a healer in a way. And so yeah, that side of spirituality is something that I would love to learn about. Yeah, just energy healing, healing chakras, using Reiki, all of that stuff. And then the last part of the viewer's comment, they said, are you letting things unfold at the moment? I would say yes. I am letting things unfold as they are, as they happen in divine timing. And as well, there are things that I am trying to shift and trying to manifest in my life. There are aspects of my life that I am working on. Career is a big one right now. I'm looking to branch out and go into a field of work that I haven't been in before. And I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can take this, what I do here, this creativity, filming, editing, online content creation, and turn it into some sort of job opportunity. But other than that, yes, I am letting each day unfold. I am saying yes to spontaneous adventures. I am crafting my day around the vibe of the day. And so if I'm feeling the need to slow down and rest, I will do so. If I am feeling that it is an adventure day, I will go on an adventure. If I'm feeling like it's a creative day, I will create. I mean, I create every day in some capacity or another, but some days I'm feeling it flow more. And so yeah, really just listening to my intuition and listening to my higher self. And so yes, I would say that I am letting things unfold. Thank you for your comment and for your questions. I hope I answered your questions. And to anyone who's watching right now, you can always feel free to comment on my videos, send me questions, message me on YouTube or on Instagram. I am always down to make online friends. And yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and sitting down with me to have this little chat. I really appreciate it. And I'm excited for everything to come. You can like this video, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and that something amazing happens to you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care.